So when we're going to sew the heel now, heel, see, I'm just going to trim that up a little bit, see, because and again, I'm going to try to get some of this fur off a little bit. Because we took a little bit off that side, we're going to take a little bit off this one too. Make sure we've got the same size. Yeah, the same size. Same size. So now you have these little pieces. And this is way too big, so we can cut this in half. Now ideally, we're going to leave a heel here, so cut it like that. Everybody does this differently, I've seen. My mom does it. You'll come to your own way of how you like to do it. So start by putting this in here. Find my needle. Make sure you've got a needle all prepared with a knot in the end. I did not, so now I need to get my knot ready. Cut it beforehand if you want. After, I tend to cut it after. So I'm going to line this up. Needle. Shove it through. Trying to do it as near the edge, but so that it's still secure. I'm going through all three. Again, adding on extra knot here and there. Okay, got it about there. We'll tie a knot. Take the other one too. And we're going to try to make sure that we do it one way on this way, so then we're going to do the opposite way on this way. So if that one's facing that way, this one will be facing that way. What did I tell you to make sure you had? A thread with a knot in it, and I do not. So I'm going to grab another sinew thread. I try to make my things as even as possible so that when I'm doing it, yeah, sometimes I'm doing both at the same time to try to make them even. So I can eyeball it and measure it against each other. All right. No, too much stuff. All right, back in there. If you leave it too high in the top, you can trim it off later. It's not a big deal. Okay. Can trim that up after. Again, pliers are great, especially if you're using a lot of leather is a lot harder to go through. Suede is really hard to go through. Always look back through here, double check yeah, still going okay. Get it close, get a knot in there. I think I got a little bit too much here, so I'm just gonna trim that up there. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, I need another, at least another stitch in there. That's pretty close now, right? Okay, again, I'm going to put another knot. Turn around, make sure your thread is up so you don't accidentally cut it. Okay. And did I throw a knot on that one? Doesn't hurt. Throw another knot. Nice thing about sinew thread is it's waxy, so it'll bend over for you. It's easier to flatten, so it's not as annoying. Even the knots you can kind of crush. Okay, so Again, make sure your thread is up. Pull it up. Okay, do the same on the other side. Just I'm going to cut that out of the way. If you accidentally put these the same way, really it's negligible the amount that's left. So we're going to go like that. Make sure that we've got the right. Cut and stop. Take a peek at what you've done. See how we're looking. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to solid it because it's going to fold over, right? So we want it to be able to go flat. And watch your thread. Cut off your excess fur. And like this. I'm going to need to open this one a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. Is that one okay? Okay. Then you're going to corner it. Okay. Same with this one. Corner it. Oh yeah, take a peek. They're pretty close. Try to get rid of some of this fur again. That's what I'll do. Okay. So now, we still have our thread. Find your thread again. Okay. The thread is in the center, so now I'm going to make sure that it comes down. Okay. Try to bring it over to the one side, just so that it can just go around. Okay, so there now. I'm going to go in. Oh, not my finger though. Ha! I'm gonna. Yeah, that's the thing about thread. It's grabbing everything as I'm trying to sew. I picked the colors so that they'd be easier to see. My last one was black on black, a bit harder to see. So with this one, got the red and the black. If you take one last stitch and put it in somewhere, if it's just underneath, you're not going to see it, right? Because you can hide it underneath here. You don't have a string hanging out, right? Because you'll end up with a little pocket in here, within here, from the back. So it isn't quite even, but once we put the outer on, it'll be fine. It will be great. Okay, put that needle there. Now we're going to go back to this needle. Again, we'll do the slide it over to the other side though. Try to make them, like I said, I try to make them so they're doing one way, doing the other way. It goes back and forth and gives it more symmetry. Again, I should have cut the fluff on this side, so I'm going to do it now. Again, with the stitching, you want to press it down. Press it, press it, press it. Get it wet. Add water. Add water. Press. Presses the stitch in. All right. So now we've got the booty part complete. Other than, so at this point, if you have shears, use shears, make a nice zigzaggy cut, or just cut around. Right, and whatever you do to one, again, do to the other. Try to make them as even as you can. Just be careful, it's kind of like with bangs. Cut bangs, you keep going around and around and around, trying to make them more and more even. Yeah. All right.